Silicon Valley is famously home to tech giants and billionaires. But it's also home to Giovanni Munguia Brown, a childcare worker at Stanford University.
Naeem, did you take a nap today? No.
Together with her husband and kids, she'd been living happily in East Palo Alto for 6 years, until an unexpected eviction order arrived.
For homelessness to be a reality for your family, I have no choice but to fight.
Her fight was against Equity Residential, America's largest publicly traded landlord, founded by billionaire Sam Zell. In late 2011, the company paid $130 million for her apartment complex, Woodland Park. They twice tried and failed to evict her for late rent payments, then settled after she could show that required home repairs had not been completed. Equity Residential would not make anybody available for an interview with Bloomberg Television.
Why do you think the landlord here wants to evict people like yourself?
Because they can make more money. They can have more people move in at market value rates.
Munguia Brown currently pays around $600 less than the market value, thanks to rent stabilization laws that have left East Palo Alto as the last low-income refuge between San Francisco and San Jose. This bridge marks the dividing line between the multi-million-dollar mansions of Palo Alto and the affordable housing of East Palo Alto. But thanks to the tech boom here in Silicon Valley, that housing may not remain affordable for much longer. The median sales price for homes in the upscale neighboring city of Palo Alto has jumped over the past 5 years from around $800,000 to $1.9 million, meaning that young tech workers are pushed out to places like East Palo Alto, and rents there are pushed up.
California law allows a landlord in a rent-stabilized jurisdiction to raise the rent to market rate for a new tenant. That's a perverse incentive that exists in the law.
For Equity Residential, it was a legal incentive to evict. In the first half of 2012, soon after Equity Residential purchased Woodland Park, eviction notices served against tenants here soared from 14 in a single month to 311. In one instance, the firm tried to evict a tenant who was just 75 cents short.
What's unusual is the aggressive and rapid nature of it. Most landlords, other than Woodland Park, are not going to take steps to evict a tenant on the second day of the month.
But many tenants here are unaware of their rights under California and city law. And in this largely Hispanic community, some residents fear retaliation based on their immigration status.
The effect overall is that you're seeing mass displacement and you're seeing the entire fabric of this community changing overnight.
The last affordable community in this entire region?
The last affordable community in this region, yes.
Councilman Ruben Abrica has belonged to this community for 30 years. He says rent stabilization was a core principle on which East Palo Alto was founded.
It's part of our history. It's part of who we are. We basically made a commitment. Our city government will look after the most vulnerable people in this community when it comes to housing. City attorney in there.
Abrica told me the city council had recently passed a new housing ordinance. It's designed to prevent landlords, like the owners of Woodland Park, from threatening behavior, delaying repairs, or harassing tenants in this small community that feels under siege from the rest of Silicon Valley.